Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are doing well and that you're persevering in with your gang stalking. Hope everything's going well for you guys. It is definitely going well for me. As you can see, I'm very happy. I don't know if you can see it, but I am happy. I'm in a good mood. I would say lately I've been in a good mood. So, I want to talk about a topic, and that's why I decided to make this video. I want to talk and discuss something that I found really interesting. I was listening a couple of days ago. I was listening to one of my favorite podcasts that talks about gang stalking, which is Jeremy Radlow. Basically, there's a guy called Jeremy Radlow. He has created a website called zsetsong.org, www.zsetsong.org. It's a beautiful website, gives a lot of information about what gang stalking is. I think you guys will learn a lot about it because, from all the theories and things that people have proposed to explain gang stalking, I think this is the most reasonable approach. I think the guy has, definitely he's very level headed and he knows what he's talking about. And he's also very intellectually humble. So he does tell people, when he doesn't know something, he says, what, I just don't know. And that's it. That's how it is. So on the website of zsetsong.org, created by Jeremy Radlow, Jeremy Radlow has posted a couple of voice clips taken from one of his podcasts, and which explains beautifully a lot of things about gang stalking. And of course, I recommend you guys to visit that website. I recommend you guys to listen to those voice clips because you will definitely get an insight into what this whole gang stalking world really is. I'm sure, of course, from experience, you have experienced a lot of things and you know already firsthand what it is, but I'm sure that it always helps to listen to the perspective of other people. So anyway, in one of his podcasts, Jeremy Radler was talking about gang stalking, and he mentioned something. He said that he believes that the people who are gang stalking you are actually being mind controlled by, well, let's say whoever's behind this, let's say the government. They're being mind controlled in order to gang stalk you, to basically that they're being mind controlled to act out the gang stalking. So from your perspective, it seems that your neighbor has got it in for you, that a bunch of people, random people in the streets, are following you and cussing you out and insulting you and harassing you. But according to him, he's saying that it is actually the people behind the program, who are using mind control technology to mind control these people around you to act out and harass you. Now, I when I was listening to this, I said, no way, man. I said, no way. There is not a single way that this would be possible. But when I started thinking about it, I said, you know what? I have to keep an open mind. There might be something to, what Jeremy Radlow is saying. Of course, I want to take a little moment to send a message to Jeremy Radlow. So, Jeremy Radlow, I don't know where you went. I know that you haven't posted in a very long time. First of all, I hope that you're doing well. I hope that everything's good in your life. And I know that you mentioned that you have decided to go work in the, like in the oil rigs. I hope that worked out for you. And if you're hearing this message, I hope that you're doing well. And obviously, I just want to thank you for your contribution, because I think you're one of the very, very, very few people who are very intellectually honest and genuine out there, who are spreading information as opposed to disinformation. Because, I see a lot of people out there just talking nonsense and crap. And that, of course, does not help target individuals in any way. That actually harms us a lot more than it helps us. So anyway, that's my message to you, Jeremy. If you're out there, thank you. And I would actually wish to get in contact with you if that is possible. Let me know. Anyhow, Back to my topic. So Jeremy Radlow was talking basically in one of his podcasts, and like I said, he believes that it is the people around you being basically mind controlled by the government, using mind control weapons or technology to act out the gang stalking. And of course, then it is perceived by you. You see that, of course, and you think, well, these guys are out to get me, or they have something against me, or they have an axe to grind against me. Now, like I said, when I first heard this, I was like, no way, man. I agree with a lot of things you say, but this part I do not agree with. But then I spent some time, I got thinking, I was like, you know, I've seen a lot of things in this gang stalking, so I wouldn't be surprised if the government actually has technology to do mind control. I wouldn't be surprised. I thought about it and I said, we do not know what kind of technology the government has at its hand that it is not disclosing to the public. So it would not surprise me if they did. So I got to keep an open mind about that. And I also want to illustrate one of the stories which kind of got me thinking about what Jeremy Radlow said, which is oftentimes, let's say in the episodes or incidents where there would be some kind of gang stalking going on, let's say I am sitting in my room, as I am not now, and a bunch of gang stalkers show up, let's say 20 meters away or something, and they start harassing and they start shouting and cursing and commenting about what I'm doing in my room. Obviously, this got me thinking. I said, obviously the gang stalkers can see and hear what you're doing in your privacy. How can you explain this? Because there is no devices, there's no cameras, there is no, you're not shouting or talking at such a loud voice that they would be able to hear you from earshot, because they're actually quite far away. So a lot of these things got me thinking, and I said, my explanation previously for this was that they have some kind of technology, like let's say something which is connected to their phones that would give them like a stream or a feed, like a video feed or an audio feed of what you're doing in your room. I hope you guys are following what I'm saying. So basically that at the time where you're talking to, or in your room, or having a conversation, private conversation, or doing something, and of course you notice that the gang stalkers immediately start harassing you about the very thing that just happened in privacy, that of course the explanation would be that whatever technology they're using is able to send a feed, a video feed or an audio feed to their phone, and then they're looking in their phone using an application and seeing you in your room or hearing you, and then they comment about it, and that's when the gang stalking happens. And then that's what, from your perspective, you're seeing a bunch of people basically commenting about what you're doing in your room when they should not normally be able to see you, is what I'm saying. That was my theory about things. However, when I listened to what Jeremy Radlow said, which I had actually in the beginning disagreed with, and it got me thinking, and then I started actually noticing what these people are doing. And a lot of times when I would be, for example, in my room, and these people would be 20, 30 minutes away and show up and start gang stalking me and commenting about the things I'm doing in my room, I would actually look at them and I noticed something really funny. And this was kind of like an aha moment. It was like, oh, wow, eureka. I would actually look at them and I noticed something really terrible. They're not looking at their phones. They're not looking at their phones. They don't have any devices. My expectation was they're getting some, like I said, they must be getting some video feed, because if they're commenting about the things that you are doing in your privacy, surely they must be getting some feed, right? They're getting video feed or audio feed to look at in situ and then comment about it. And then that's, I would look outside, I look at them and I see, oftentimes I would see these people don't have a phone. They're not looking at their phones. There's no applications. They're not looking at their phones. They're not even using their phones. So I'm thinking, where is this stimulus coming from? Like, where is the connection, the logical connection between the things that I'm doing and saying in my room and their replies to those things or their comments about those things? Where is the connection? How is it getting from A to B if there is no phone, no devices, no applications being used in that moment? And that's kind of like an aha moment. And that got me thinking about what Jeremy Radlow said about the mind control being used to actually mind control people to act out the gang stalking. And I think there is something to that theory, you know what I mean? Because when you think about it, there must be something to that theory because, you know, a lot of times I don't see these people looking at their phone. There's no, they're not receiving any feed. They're not receiving any video feed. They're not receiving any audio feed. They seem to be almost doing these things spontaneously. It seems almost crazy. So actually, the theory that was proposed by Jeremy Radlow is actually very, very interesting and worth digging deeper into and looking into, that maybe there is some truth to it. Maybe it is the government basically using mind control technology to get people to act out and act all hostile to you and do all this gang stalking. And when you look at it, you think that these people, you know, have been sent or paid to do this as perpetrators or gang stalkers. But in reality, that these people would have actually no clue what they are doing. There is something to that theory. I don't know. It's worth looking into. I'm not completely convinced of it, but it is definitely worth looking into. And of course, Jeremy Radlow also adds to that, and he says, you know, that when you go and you challenge these people and you film them and you say, why are you stalking me? These people have no clue what you're talking about. That's what he's saying. But come on, guys, you know, if the alternative is true, if they are not being mind controlled to act out, they could also be lying. They could also be playing dumb. A lot of people that are doing bad things are going to gaslight. They're going to gaslight you. They're going to lie to you to your face and say, hey, I didn't do nothing. You know, the guy who goes into a grocery store and steals a Snickers bar, you know, they're not going to admit to you that they stole. They're going to say, no, I didn't steal nothing. I didn't do nothing. What is your problem, man? So people can be deceptive. People can lie. People can play dumb or act stupid, whatever. So this video is not so much about me telling you what I believe this is or what I believe that is or my opinions on this or that. This is kind of just, it's like brainstorming. It's like a discussion, basically. Open discussion. What do you guys think about this? What is your opinion about this? I want to hear what you guys have to say. So please like, subscribe, and comment. And comment. Leave some comments in the comments section and tell me, what do you think about all this? You know, what is your opinion? Do you think it is people being mind controlled to act out? Because I actually heard some people say that. Other people, other than Jeremy Radlow. Do you think it is people being mind controlled to act out the gang stalking, and therefore they would be, of course, innocent? Or do you think it is people who are doing this deliberately, as in they are deliberately being sent to harass and target people, and they're being paid, or they're involved in the gang stalking in ways that I guess we don't necessarily understand? Guys, I don't have all the answers. I'm just going by the things that I see and the things that I can figure out logically with deduction and reasoning. And I would be, of course, very curious to hear your opinion on it. So if you have something to say, please leave a comment in the comment section and we can have a discussion about this. Hope you guys doing well, stay safe, and be brave.